Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday. It is August the 12th. And it reminds me there's all kinds of astronomical things going on today. There's the total eclipse that the US won't see a whole lot of, but it is happening. There's also, this is the peak of the Perseid meteor showers. And we have 6 planets aligning in the sky from our perspective. So lots of sky things happening. But right now we're here to look at the thrillers and crime fiction released this week in Mystery Book World. Elena says, good morning, PK. Good morning, Elena. How you doing? Mary says, good morning, PK and everyone. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Ia goes to the vet today. This renew her vaccinations and rabies. Okay. Early for it, but I won't be able to lift her next week after surgery. Did I know about this? Are you okay? You don't need to share. If you want to share privately, that's okay. We hope that Ia has a good visit and things go well for you too, more importantly. Go fan. Elena says, sorry I wasn't able to make it on Monday. That's okay. You can always watch it on replay if you wanted to watch it. We miss you, but it happens. Elena says hello to Mary. Mary says, hi, Elena. Mary says, this is an exciting day astronomically, like you say. Wish we could see the eclipse, but need to be in Spain. True. But you know what you could do? YouTube. You know, the last time there was the complete solar eclipse here, I watched it on YouTube. I was at work, of course, but YouTube, they send people like NASA channel and other channels show it live. So it's almost like being there. Mary says cataracts, left eye this time, right, in September. Okay. Yes, you need to be able to see. I'm glad you're doing it and that you're taking care of yourself. I know you do. Alrighty, so let's see, other announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow night, Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's jump in. There aren't many. There's only 9. But we will look at them and take our time. Help me remember. I don't have to rush through everything. Karen Slaughter has a new one. I have not read this new series of hers. I used to read her religiously. Particularly fell in love with Will Trent, and then it got popular and it just wasn't the same. But this is a new series from her. This is second in the North Falls thriller series. Heads up, she is graphic. At least she used to be. Very graphic. The Secrets We Hide. Welcome to North Falls, a small town with big secrets. 1601 Ives Drive looks like any other house on the quiet residential street, but rumors are rampant about the Vickery family and what goes on behind closed doors. When gunshots ring out, Sheriff Emmy Clifton and her sister, ex-federal agent Jude Archer, discover a devastating crime scene. Allison Vickery has been murdered in her own kitchen, and her teenage daughter is bleeding upstairs, left for dead. Everyone thinks they know what happened, but secrets are buried everywhere in this small town, and it's up to Emmy Clifton to uncover the truth. ... She is a good writer. She's just on the more graphic side. She's on the dark side. Mary says, hope it will help with reading. Indeed, that would be like the main reason for me. Right now, my eyes give me problems after a while when reading. Ugh, like Karen Slaughter, we'll look for this one at the library. Yeah. I am in the mood for the darker right now. I'm doing a reread currently of the second book in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy. I first read it when it came out in 2009, which was 17 years ago, which is crazy impossible. And I can't remember a whole lot of it, I realized. The first book, I have seen the movie multiple times, so that one's still fresh in my mind. The ending's a little bit different from the book, but that's okay. And I was spurred on to read this one because a couple of my favorite reactors on YouTube watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Daniel Craig version. And it made me be thinking about what good books the first 3 were, because that's the ones that he wrote. And I just couldn't remember what happened in the second or third. So I'm doing rereads. Karen Rose has a new one, The One Who Walked Away. This says it's romantic suspense. Bounty hunter Elle Randolph takes on every case she can in an effort to outrun herself. 3 years ago, she was the only one who walked away from a car crash that killed her husband and 2 others. Although she was cleared of any wrongdoing, she is fueled by guilt and dedicated to solving other people's problems. But her running is over when she's identified as a person of interest in a murder investigation. Detective Ronan Clark, a single dad for 15 years, has been laser focused on raising his daughter and serving the people of Mendocino County, California. He's got everything under control until a bounty hunter enters his jurisdiction, keeping secrets and bringing murder to his quiet town. The hunter is definitely involved in his current case, but exactly how is his question. Could she be his killer? As he unravels her secrets, he becomes increasingly troubled by what he finds. While Elle is forced to re-examine every painful memory of the life she left behind, Ronan grows more and more sure of her innocence. But can he trust himself to uncover the truth and their growing attraction? Oh no, not the growing attraction. Whoop. Wrong tab. Which reminded me, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's been really hot and smoky, really smoky lately. But we're supposed to be getting storms, which means cooling off. So today we're supposed to be 82 instead of the 90s. Ooh, next 3 days in the 70s, which, at this point feels cooler. And it's supposed to rain Thursday and Friday, and maybe storms starting this afternoon. So yay! Huzzah! And then once it hits us, it heads towards you guys. That's your weather in Billings, Montana. And you thought it was just book news. Brimstone Hollow by Archer Sullivan, second in the Annie Gore novels. There isn't much that happens in the Appalachian Mountains that private investigator Annie Gore hasn't seen. Before she was an Air Force special investigator, she was born and raised in those rolling hills, and lately Annie's cases have called her away from her Louisville office and closer to the small towns of her youth than she ever anticipated. But when her newest client asks if she's ever been to a snake handling church, Annie knows she's about to enter unknown territory. Katie May has been estranged from her father, one of Appalachia's last infamous snake-handling preachers, for 20 years. But when Katie finds out he's been fatally bitten and a funeral was held within 24 hours, she questions whether someone deliberately rushed the process. Despite Annie's doubts, she takes the case. After all, when she looks at Katie, she sees a version of herself, a girl who needs to understand her father in order to understand herself. As she navigates the hidden hollers and dangerous secrets of this insular eastern Kentucky town, Annie works fast, hoping to find the truth in record time for her client and before too many memories from her own childhood surface. But it soon becomes apparent that someone wants Annie's investigation to stop by any means necessary. Freight by Ryan Lowell. As a lone semi-truck makes its snowy way to the U.S.-Canadian border, a series of vivid characters are inexplorably drawn into a desperate, comedic, and murderous scheme to steal its precious cargo. Curtis, a newly hired dispatcher with a newly pregnant wife at home, all kinds of newlies here, holds a scrap of paper that identifies a semi-truck trailer that shouldn't exist. Billy Trask is a weathered and charismatic sociopath who thinks nothing of quietly killing whomever may come in his way and carefully guards the coordinates for a truck loaded with $10 million worth of Canadian pharmaceuticals. Jimmy, Theo, and Sarah are the not-so-innocent locals poised to stand in Billy's way, none more so than Sarah, a local party girl with her heart and will of a colossus, and who will leave her own trail of mayhem and carnage in her 75-mile-hour wake. In the rough-and-tumble tradition of Dennis Lehane, S.A. Cosby, blah, blah, blah. Freight is a thrill ride view of the world of labor, life, and love, etc. Why did it do this? How weird. End of that row. Mary says, I once sang in a recital at a very fundamental church and they spoke, really? Oh, how interesting, spoke in tongues. I was 15 at the time. It was amazing and totally eye-opening to me. Led a very sheltered life. So, wow, it was something. Oh, I bet. What an experience. The Enigma Challenge by S.C. Godfrey. Zoe Wilder has the unflashy, solitary life of an academic studying ciphers in literature at a California university. When her research takes her to a cryptology conference in Madrid, she's not expecting to trigger the Enigma Challenge, a clandestine puzzle competition few dare to enter. The Enigma Challenge is an infamous competition with impossibly high stakes. Lose, and your identity is wiped forever. It doesn't take long for Zoe to realize that she's in over her head. Enter Dane Seaver, the mysterious hacker who insists they team up. Dane knows the Enigma Challenge, its secrets, its players, and Zoe knows ciphers. For better or worse, they need each other. 6 days, 5 puzzles, 3 countries, and innumerable rivals. What's more, the spark of attraction between them becomes harder to ignore, but distractions are dangerous. With $12 million and multiple lives on the line, the Enigma Challenge is anyone's game. Will Zoe and Dane come out unscathed against the other players and each other? This Garb August, I might check that out. Mary says, short list today. I know. Only 9. And I had to scramble for a couple of them. So I'm going slowly. As slowly as I can. Make it last. The Nobody Code by, I wanted to say Micah, but it's M-I-C-I-A. Bagalt. One fateful night in the 1990s, Dinah, a small-town Vermont teen, sneaks out on a mission to jump on the neighbor's forbidden trampoline. There she comes upon a handsome, seductive boy named Rex, who leads a group of underground vigilante teenagers who call themselves Nobody. Dinah falls under Rex's sway and joins the group. She'll do anything to impress him, even when it's dangerous. After an incident orchestrated by Rex results in steep repercussions for herself and others, Dinah leaves the town and her adolescent years behind. Now, 20 years later, Rex has long vanished. Dinah is married with a baby and a job at the local zoo. She is not at peace, and it seems as if someone from the past won't let her go quietly. When mysterious clues start appearing, animals at the zoo go missing, and an old conspirator barely survives a suspicious fire, Dinah's paranoia gets the best of her, and she takes the baby and drives back to her hometown to investigate. There's no husband in here? Although Dinah reunites with old friends, the forces out to get her make it painfully clear Dinah must repent and face her enemies alone. The Death of Jimmy Amarillo. Greed, betrayal, revenge. Jimmy Amarillo is a man with a future until he goes missing. From the streets of Miami to the remote edges of Australia, a trail of missing money, fractured loyalties, and buried secrets begins to surface. A persistent investigator starts asking questions. A ruthless crime syndicate wants answers. And somewhere in the chaos, the truth refuses to stay hidden. As tension builds and paths collide, one thing becomes clear. Someone is lying. Someone is hunting. Someone is about to die. But when the dust settles, the biggest mystery remains. Who really was Jimmy Amarillo? I don't know. I probably don't care. Money Changed Everything by T.H.B. Saleh. One job, $25,000. A crew that trusted each other with their lives until the money hit the table. Now somebody's bleeding, somebody's lying, and Dro Dexter is about to learn that the East Side doesn't forgive betrayal, not even family. It's only for $25,000? I'm sorry. That is pittance. End of that row. Last one. Now this one, this is a second in a series, which makes me happy because I did read the first one and it's really cool. Well, I liked it. I'll tell you why she's cool in a second. She is this main character. This is called Codebreakers by Stella Sands. The main character is, I would say, high-functioning autistic. And what she does to ground her, calm her, focus herself, is to diagram sentences, which they don't do anymore in school. Oh my gosh, did we have to do those in 8th grade English? We diagram sentences for forever, and I appreciate it. So yeah, it's really cool. She diagrams sentences. So again, Codebreakers by Stella Sands, second in the Word Hunter Mysteries. Steamy, seedy, swampy, South Central Florida once again serves as the backdrop for the unlikely duo of loquacious, tattooed, trash-talking Maggie Moore and iconic, laconic Detective Silas Gabriel Jackson, linguistic genius and genius detective, respectively. Now operating their own agency and using their extraordinary skills in forensic semiotics, her, and good old-fashioned observation, him, the pair decode clues embedded in words and symbols to uncover a sadistic criminal who preys upon unsuspecting men. The troubled and painful pasts of both Maggie and Jackson come into play as they try to track down bad guys and old friends, figure out how to trust and whom to love. Once again, blah, blah, blah. Blurbage. So I'm going to click in here to show you a sample. Hopefully in the first few pages, she shows some of the diagramming. Yeah, I can't blow it up, but here's some diagramming. Oops, there was one down here. And that's it for samples. There is another series by Estelle. Is it Ryan? Who's high-functioning autistic person, writes Mozart in her mind to get more focused. And this one does diagramming sentences. That is it for today. Ellen says, afternoon. Well, hello. How are you doing? How's your day been going? Mary says, yes, diagramming took forever and took lots of paper. It was a very complicated sentence, which it usually was. Kids today would think we were crazy if they had to do it, but sure helped. Absolutely. I bet they can't even name like the parts of the sentence when we grew up on Schoolhouse Rock and learned everything. Mary says, hi, Helen. I'm sorry, kids can't even read a sentence. I've seen so many videos of going up to a group of young people and giving them a piece of paper and say, read that sentence out loud, and they can't. And it's not in cursive, it's printed. That's how bad it is. I won't soapbox, but good Lord, people. That is being slaves. That is being slaves. Mind slaves. It makes me angry. However, that is it for the crime fiction and thrillers this week. Hopefully next week they pick it up a little bit. Friday we will look at the rest of the cozy mysteries. And that will be it for this week for morning show. Again, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Wednesday night. Steve goes shooting, so I try to keep my Wednesdays free. He runs the gun range, of which he is the president of the board on that one this year. So our next sprints are tomorrow night, Thursday night, at 8 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday and Thursday evening, and Saturday afternoons for 5 hours. Triple C's, good morning, everyone. Well, good morning. We are wrapping things up. So hope you guys are staying safe, reading books that you want to read. Now remember, if you start a book, you don't have to finish a book. It's not an assignment for the most part. It's just not the right time sometimes for you, the author, and that book to come together. It's okay to pause it and read something else. You can always go back to it. No problem. Just realized I had my earrings sitting here. And I need to put in. I think I have it. Do I have them backwards? I don't have them backwards. Mary says, makes me angry too. I just can't imagine it. Do they learn the multiplication tables now too? No, they don't even do math. There was an article recently that there are colleges, even in California, saying, especially California because they don't teach anything, they only create activists, that they can't do basic math. These colleges want the SATs back because these kids can't even do basic math. It is just a money laundering scheme to get thousands and thousands of dollars of creative activism pottery people. Ugh. Mary says, hi, Coffee. And Triple C says, how's your morning going so far? For once, it's not humid. Yay, so working on my novel outside. Very good. It goes off to the formatter later today. Nice. Congratulations on that milestone. Well, we made it last. I don't know. I feel like I'm putting these on backwards. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out, looking at what is being published this week. I might check out one of those, and I should probably check out that Karen Slaughter series. The first one. Mary says, congrats, Coffee. What a milestone. Indeed. Alrighty. Let's change the banner. So, thank you. Have a good Wednesday. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.